Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back. Huda. Oops. Yeah, welcome back to the stream, guys. What is up? Happy Thursday night. Yo, what's good, Matt, Steven? Welcome back, guys. Let's get into it, man. In the overnight session, looking to take some winning trades. Really strong reaction off the 20-day EMA there today. Held yesterday's low and kind of just nowhere to go but up, honestly. We continue to consolidate under all-time highs. So that low respected. Previous sessions low respected. Found a surge of buying. Really strong buying reaction. About 300 points. And then a strong close, which is most important. A strong close on that daily candle, which is awesome to see, because whenever we have strong daily candle closures going into the next session, when we get a fresh candle to open, the momentum ended bullish, so we want to see it continue bullish. So I like to play the continuation trades on setups like this. So let's see. Do you guys like my webcam over here better? Webcam bottom left or bottom right? What do y'all prefer? All right. What we're looking at, I really like to close on NQ. I would like to see continuation there, preferably, but Asia just opened up. We're getting some selling, so let's see. Small gap there, a session gap there in the 80s. Yeah, we're looking for structure to hold. We had a nice close at the end of the session. I'm looking for structure to hold up here. Looking for some higher lows to hold, and then I want to just see continuation through 25,300 to maybe an overnight hold into the all-time highs. Man, it's only 100 points. It's 100 points. Maybe an overnight hold into the all-time highs, but let's see what dips we can buy. Left? Okay, bet. In the meantime, let's check out Bitcoin. Bitcoin's kind of looking like it maybe wants to sell a little lower. Oh, hold on a second. All right, we're back. All right. Yeah, Bitcoin keeps getting these buy moves off 107 that are just getting like harshly rejected. Where they keep getting met with like really heavy selling, and then we do get bidded back up, but really heavy selling even there off of today's highs at 111. Strong selling back down. That market looking a little bit weak. Just broke the lows of the range on the daily as well. Check out gold. Gold had a sharp pullback. Yeah, man, shorting gold's a tricky business. I'm not gonna lie, tricky business. Pretty slow price action out of the open. 10 points on NQ. And gold longs. I don't really like the gold long idea, but man, it's hard. Obviously, gold's very strong, but it just feels a little sketchy to try to buy that. But trend's obviously still up. It's just, yeah, aggressive pullbacks like that spook me a little bit. Spook me a little bit. I mean, this isn't even breaking under 90 here. It's holding really well. Yeah, this is looking like a very possible trend up into the all-time highs. Maybe a gap up in the morning. Trying to wait to see if I can get a decent entry on a dip buy, but 90s... We'll see. Give it a second. See if 90s will break. There we go. There's a break of 90s. Now, what does it look like under 90s? I'm expecting any selling move that we see in this session to kind of get bidded back up aggressively. Just with the way we closed that previous session off. And we'll try to start to build a position. Like, look, how if this just pivots off 84 and gets back above 90, it's like, it's hard to say that's not just going to whip back up. Yeah, that looks good, brother. I'm long. Oh shit, hold on a second. Wait. Contract limit. Contract limit. 1 second to 1 second. Yep, that's right. I did have a contract limit in. Let's put on 10 right now for a second. I feel like that's the only dip we're gonna see, and then this thing's just not coming back down. Yo, what's good? What's good, Eric? Brother, that might have been the dip, son. Really quick, take it or leave it type dip. Really quick, take it or leave it type dip, huh? That's how it's gonna be. All right, we're long. Let's give it some room. I'm not gonna stop it under that low, but we will give some room. I'm gonna give it some room up until like the 60s. And let's see if we can run this thing back to the all-time highs, more or less. I don't know how precise, how accurate I can get in this session. I think it's more or less the sentiment off that close bullish. Try to get in on a dip if you can, and just kind of hold, buy and hold type setup. So we'll see how this plays out. I'm not going to overcomplicate it tonight. I don't see the point. I need to trade 20 ABEX accounts because I don't want to get a denied payout. And the activation fees are insane. I mean, I just like I can't trade without having confidence that I'm going to get my payout, and all I hear from them is they deny payouts. Oh, they deny often? I mean, they don't... I can't say I've never gone through the process of a payout with them, but they have a lot of rules. They have a lot of rules, and I just think there's better prop firms out there. Yo, anybody on YouTube, guys? We did just upload a YouTube video. Took a $35,000 alpha futures payout. Crazy. That's my biggest payout ever. Biggest payout ever. Biggest single payout ever. It was just massive. How do I word this? I'd like to just be exposed to the long side tonight, if that makes sense. I'm not going to try to overcomplicate the entry. I want to try to be buying dips, but I want to be exposed to the market on the long side. That's the best way I can describe how I want to trade this tonight. Why join bid and not buy market? Joining bid is nice because it kind of puts you in the queue of the next couple orders lower, instead of just buying at the highest, buying at the selling price, like the demanded selling price. It'll put you in queue for the bid, right? And so sometimes you don't get filled. Most of the times you will get filled, so it's kind of worth doing it. But well, sometimes you won't get filled if the market's running with a lot of momentum and you try to join the bid and price just goes and doesn't come back down lower to pick you up when you're in the queue for those orders. Then that's kind of, maybe you want to use a market order whenever the markets are moving very, like, with momentum strong to one side. But it just gets you better fill usually. But in this market, I'd probably do better to just use limit orders because it's so slow. But yeah, Topstep's like Tesla. Like, they don't have to promote. Everybody just knows what's up with Topstep. Topstep, Topstep. Yeah, dude, I'm managing so many accounts right now that it is kind of tricky to keep up with. Like, I've got my Tradeify live account that I need to trade, but I guess I could trade that tomorrow. On the 20th of October, I lost 1,200 because of AWS outage. Thanks, Topstep. Yeah, they should have sorted you out. You like longs right now? For real? For real. I really do. I really do. That stops crazy? Why? Y'all are crazy, man. You consider yourself emotional? I think I'm less emotional than most people, but I still struggle with that. I think it's hard not to. I mean, that's really that's what makes trading so difficult. Is like emotions. You get better at it, but yeah, you still it's hard. How many cons would you recommend trading on an XFA? I would recommend a couple micros, honestly. Why do you aim for such small days? That's ludicrous. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? This is the overnight session. I'm not looking for $1 million here, but I don't know what you're talking about. I have huge days. I have huge days when the market gives me huge days. I don't force huge days. They come when they come. I don't know what that comment is though. That one is a little bit wild. I couldn't have taken a 35K payout yesterday if I only did small days. Trade night session for drawdown in the AM. I mean, that's not the only reason. I genuinely like trading it, but that's, yeah, I mean, that's not my goal coming into it. But if I can build up a nice profit buffer or some cushion going into New York session, that's always a plus. I have 350K XFAs is one micro too little. I don't think there's like an answer to too little. I don't think there's any too little. I don't know. I don't think one micro is too little. No. If you can manage if you can trade one micro and like conduct yourself in a way where there's zero emotional attachment, which there should be very little with one micro. That's kind of the whole thesis behind it. You want to find that size. You want to find your risk tolerance, whether that's one micro, two micros, three micros. Maybe it's a mini, but for a lot of people, it's not a mini. Like you have to build your risk tolerance, just like you build um, just like you build tolerance to anything else. You build your risk tolerance. So if you can act emotionless with one micro for like a month, then you can try to move to two micros. You don't use TPs? No, I don't really use hard TPs, to be honest. I don't think I've ever used hard TPs. I usually just manually exit. I guess we won't go for like a crazy trade today because CVI tomorrow, but I'm just looking to play the continuation above 300s. Looks like it may sell off a little bit. I don't think it's going to sell off a little bit, but I could be wrong. I think it's holding super well. It closed very strong. I think higher. I think much higher. I think probably all-time highs tomorrow. What does the tilt say? It's a good question. Let's advise the tilt. Tilt on NQ is actually 39% long, 61% short. It's very surprising to me. It's very, very surprising. I don't think I've ever seen it that low, 39% long. What about gold? Gold, long tilt, 63% long. Wow, I feel like it should totally be the opposite. But I guess that's why they... Majority of tilt use is usually wrong. I mean, yeah, that's... I mean, if you have a collection of traders, and most traders are wrong, and most traders are long in Q, that's one way to look at it. That's why it says this data is for entertainment purposes and only, and should only be used, or should not be used as a buy and sell indicator. Use order flow at all? Not really, man. Exceptionally slow. I guess that's to be expected, but damn. Very, very, very slow. Can you pass a Topstep combine swing trading? You can only trade session. You can't trade through sessions, so you have to close. You'd have to close before settlement at 5. You'd have to close at pretty much at the bell. You have to close. So no, you can't swing trade. I've tried to hold a swing trade on my live account because they said maybe there's some wiggle room sometimes. I tried to hold a swing trade, but I couldn't. I wasn't allowed to. I asked the risk team and they said no. I guess it doesn't actually say that in their live account contract that you can hold a swing trade, but I feel like I heard a rumor somewhere that somebody said you could, and so I asked and they said no. But I mean, they never said it was allowed, so I'll just shoot my shot. No, you can hold overnight. So here's the way it works with futures. This session just opened 3 hours ago. This is a new session right here. We opened it 3 hours ago, and this session will trade all the way until 4 p.m. Central for me, and then it closes. So futures are only closed an hour. So essentially, I mean, you can hold, you know, from late night into like afternoon or evening to afternoon. You can swing trade in that sense, but you can't actually hold through sessions. But yeah, you're right. I mean, the futures markets trade about 23 hours a day, so you could technically, I mean, essentially, yeah, it's, but you would have to close out your trade at some point at the end of the session. Whenever I hear swing trading, I'm thinking about people holding for days. All right, NQ, let's get something going here. All right, NQ, trying to get interesting. Let's see. Get the pop above 300. It's hard to trade. Okay, if it's hard to trade, you need to probably practice some more, and then you need to exercise patience, and you need to trade with less size. A lot of trading struggles happen because we're trading with too much size. If we just stopped trading with so much size, we would do a lot better. That's 95% of the problem, is that we're trading with too much size most of the time. That's my problem. I'm a great trader, man, but when I start playing with too much size, I do everything, I do everything that you're not supposed to do. I revenge trade, I get out of positions too early, I don't take good entries. When I trade with good size, I do things good. And when I take a loss, it doesn't sting. It doesn't sting that bad. What? They found them. What? Where? The access road that we always drive on. All right, I'm back. Whew. That's crazy, Liz. Come on, G, break 300s. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. See, we can chill here in the stream, and I think most of us are probably comfortable enough to trade, a couple micros and good trade, couple $100. Can't be mad at that, man. That's more than most people make in a day. And worst case, you lose a couple $100. Okay, you lose a $50 funded account. Big deal. When you look to move to break even, it's a great question. For me, it would need to be whatever the upside target is. If I'm in a long trade, would need to get broken. And then we'd either need to see like strong displacement away from it, like clear it by a solid amount of points with strong buying pressure, like 30 points, for example, in a situation like this, or 20 points. But there would have to be actually like a solid move, not just kind of where it peeks its head above and still chops. You know, it would need to be either strong buying momentum behind the move that would entice me to be like, okay, off of that strong buy momentum, there's really no need for us to come retest this low again, so that's valid to go break even. That's really the only situation, unless time has passed and we've honestly crept into like higher prices. But I usually like to see like a strong push through whatever the upside target is of like 20-30 points. However we approach it, if we approach it very quick, I'll go break even very quick. If it takes a while, then it takes a while. When will we be on Topstep TV? Next week. I forget which days, but I'll let y'all know. Next week, though. Struggle to hold trades. Yeah, man. Just trust your process. Size down. Both of those things are going to help you. Drilled into your head. Like size down. Be more patient. Trust your trades. But size down. Saying those things, be more patient, trust your trades, are easy to like say, and you would think easy to implement, but it's really hard to implement it if you don't size down with that idea. Sizing down is like the physical part that you have to do. I can tell myself I'm going to trust my trade and be patient, but that's all in my mind. If I actually size down, then maybe I'm like, okay, well, what's it costing me not to, just kind of be patient in this trade? What's it costing me? Well, the risk isn't that much, so I can exercise more patience, because really, well, what if $100? I risk $100? It's not the end of the world. I can exercise some patience for that. When you add in this position, I don't think I'll be adding into it, just because it's not really a wide range so far tonight. We've only gone like 20 points high to low. I don't think it's if I add in this and it's like as choppy as it is, there's a good chance that I'm averaging into just poo-poo. Really, it's not worth it. If we had more range and we were working, if we're actually moving somewhere, maybe I would add into it. But I think with how slow this is and choppy and range bound, I don't think I'm gonna add. But I still think we can catch a nice trade. But I'm not gonna add into it, I don't think. Yeah, just adding into ranges are usually not a great idea. But I mean, if we were actually moving, I would have more to work with, to be honest. And you would see me adding into it. It's just overnight sessions, I don't really add too much, just because they are typically a little more range bound, and adding into range bound markets can kind of suck. Oh, you like shorting against the top range? Yeah. I mean, I can see that idea. I mean, it's been respecting so far, right? I like to trade through those highs instead of off of them, but I can see that idea. Explain how the live account works. Once you get 5 payouts, whatever's left in all your fundeds, they combine together. Yeah, the profit that you've made in those funded accounts at the time that they moved you to a live account will be kind of combined into one live account as your starting balance, up to your respected Express account. So if you have a 50K Express account and you have $10,000 in profit across, five funded accounts, then you'll have a 50K starting balance. So they'll combine all your profits up to the highest Express account that you have. So if the highest Express account you have is a 100K account, then it doesn't matter if you have $300,000 in XFA profits. It's capped at 100K starting live balance. All right, man. Let's get it, bro. Somebody give this thing a Red Bull. I mean, wow, we were flat. I understand it's day before CPI, but damn, son, damn, son. Well, I know y'all are bored out of your minds. Let's add into this thing. Fuck it. Let's add into this. Let's add into it, man. Let's add into it. It's too boring and too slow. Not good trading practice, by the way, but I know y'all are bored out of your mind. We're in 8 micros. You trade your funded accounts aggressive or safe? You know what? The only thing I really trade safe is my live accounts. Funded accounts, you want to trade them a certain level of aggressive, but not so aggressive to where you're not benefiting from your trading. Like if you've got a funded account with a consistency rule and a payout cap, you want to be aggressive up to the point where it makes sense. If you're being like way too aggressive or it doesn't make, like, you don't want to be making $10,000 on a straight to funded. You know what I mean? Because you're going to boost your consistency score. It's just going to be a pain. But like take profit trader, I'm all for like trading those really aggressive because, well, they have uncapped daily payouts. Alpha futures with the 15K payout. I just took a 35K payout. I was being aggressive with those because I wanted that payout. But some of them, that have the payout caps and things like that aren't necessarily worth trading as aggressively. What's good, Harry? How you doing? Yeah, dude, tonight just might not be it. I think we'll get the push through 300. I don't know if we'll get a ton of follow through on it, but man, this is just rangy as hell. Very bad. Very bad. We've been open for about 45 minutes here from the Asia Open. It's good, Carlos. Appreciate that, man. Should move on the hour. I mean, we'll see. If we keep chopping like this, we might just have to go live tomorrow morning, I guess. This is insane. I thought the payout cap for TBT is 10K per account. No, that's not necessarily true. The daily profit cap, like how much you can make in a day, is capped at 10K, but I've taken a 16K payout out of a single account. But if you do make 10K in a day, they will just close. They'll pay that out, and then they'll pay half of it, then they'll move you into a live account. Like if I ever got my TBT accounts back, if I try to get, you know, some more pro accounts, I would, and if I had a really good day, I would trade like $9,500. I wouldn't go 10K because they'll just instantly move you into the live account. I would try to get like right under it. Bro, this is like crazy rangy right now. Texas, find myself not wanting to take payouts with Topstep. Dude, I think you should take payouts. I mean, you can take... Listen, if you don't get moved until 5 payouts, that's at least 2 months. Well, that's like almost 2 months worth of... That's 2 months. It's a process to get to live. So I understand trying to want to build up the balance to move it, but also it's at risk of being lost. You might as well take some out. And it still is a 2-month process. From 1 payout to 5, it's almost 2 months. 5 weeks if you don't miss a single day. So call it 6-7 weeks realistically. You know, it's going to be 2 months before you can even like look at maybe, okay, yeah, I'm going to go live now on my 5th payout. Yeah, I'm in the Tradeify Grand Cup. We'll be doing that. I'm not like one of the top traders, so I don't have like a team that you can join, but I'm gonna win that thing. So real talk. I'm gonna win that Grand Cup. I'm telling you. $9,500 per account. How do I enter? How can I join? If you've ever used Tradeify, if you've ever purchased an account, just log in, and it should be like right there in the front, smack dab, and you should be able to join if you've ever used Tradeify before. And then I could be mistaken, but if you buy an account, then you can probably join like right after you buy an account, I think. But it's free to join as long as you've used Tradeify before, as long as you've been a customer of Tradeify. It's kind of smart because like it's not. It is free, but if you like blow up in the beginning, you can pay like $35 to reset it. So they will make some bag off of that. They'll probably make that 35 to reset it, and then they're gonna pay out 200K to like whoever wins. They'll probably make that money back, Loki. All right, man. If you don't go soon, we're gonna sign it off. It's like the most sideways. I don't think I've ever seen NQ this damn sideways, bro. Give it 9 minutes? Okay, let's give it 9 minutes. You know, we might be getting it right now. Look at this. Yeah, it's pretty horrible, man. It's pretty horrible. Like, I have to remind myself, like, okay, every night before CPI, it's gonna be pretty trash. Expectations too high. Expectations too high. You only trade micros? Not really, man. I'm just trading micros. It's the overnight session. Not looking for anything crazy. Not going to put on crazy size. Obviously, I do think sentiment's long, but obviously there's no clear direction so far. I do think we'll get a break to the upside, but I'm not going to put a crazy amount of size on it. How many trading days to request a payout on straight to funded Tradeify? 0. Here's kind of the situation with that. There's 0 minimum trading days, but you have to. The only requirement is the consistency rule, and the consistency rule requires you to trade for at least 5 days. Because think about it, if the consistency rule is 20%, then you need a sample size of 5 trades to show that, you know, I didn't exceed 20% of my highest day on any of these, you know, 5 trading days, because 20 times 5 is 100%. So there's technically no minimum trading days, but nobody's getting a payout faster than 5 days, because that 20% consistency rule is going to require you to at least trade for 5 days. That's how that works. So just think 5 days. You've been in long for 2 hours? That's what I'm saying, bro. This is kind of crazy. I mean, like, what are we doing? We might, let's give it till 8 and then we'll sign off. I mean, damn, I didn't know it was going to give us like a 10-point range. Damn. I wasn't expecting much, but damn. This is a whole nother level of slow. The rules say 10 days. Tradeify does not have 10 days minimum payout. Definitely not. Five days is the answer to that question. All right, we got 5 minutes till the top of the hour. Might add back into it if we pop above 300 here. I'm trying to look for the break above 305. Let's see. But things are very, very much not too interesting. This will probably be like, if this breakout trade works, great, and then I'll probably just sign off because that probably won't lead to much else, to be honest. This is going to be a flat day. It looks like flat night. Let's give it till 8. Let's give it till 8 and some change. At what point do we concede and start just trading the 5-point range here? I could have taken $50 out of this trade like 5 times. All right, here we go. Let's see. Grid trades? Oh, that's hilarious. I mean, low-key. I mean, imagine, dude. Imagine executing, like, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. Like, just like 100 times. How much do you think you'd be up? One mini, buy at 295, sell at 300. Buy at 295, sell at 300. You could have done that probably 5 or 10 times. Probably 20 times tonight. Oh, that would take so much patience, but dude, I mean, you'd be killing it. Made thousands and took off. Yeah, that's how it is. This is tough. Well, I think we'll get a move here. I'm optimistic about it, but yeah, this is pretty ugly. And then we'll look for like one trade and then just call it. This doesn't look like a market that wants to be very decisive with us, so we'll just I do think we'll get this breakout though, but I am an optimist. Why do you only have 2 straight to funded accounts on Tradeify? Isn't there a max of 5? I had 5 and I blew up 3. Then I had 2, and you're talking to future Braden here. I actually don't have those 2 accounts anymore because I got moved to a live Tradeify account. So now I just have 1. But I did have 5. And I took 2 max payouts and then I blew 3 up. There was like a tape bomb in the overnight session and I blew 3 up. I had like way too much size on, and there was like a 200-point tape bomb in the overnight session, and I blew 3 up, and then I had 2, and I rode those 2 out for like another 2.5 months. But yeah, I'm in a Tradeify live account now. Yeah, Wayne, you're speaking my language. That's exactly right. Once you're like, okay, now I'm going to trade the range, then it goes. That's 100% right. Because, like, what I could do right here is close this, because we're at the top, kind of at the extremes of the range, and then just put another, should I close it and just put another order to buy in at 295, and if we get it, great. The one time I do that, it'll break out, I'm sure. What do we think? Hold range, breakout. Hold range, breakout. You copy trade your accounts? Yeah, I copy trade my accounts. If I have a couple funded accounts, I usually copy trade them. And all right, there's 8, top of the hour. Kind of want to commit to the breakout and add again, and then if it doesn't work, just like chalk it up very quickly. We need 305 here in Q. 305. Kind of like it right here, right now, trade. Gotta go. Got to go. Here we go. Finally. See what it looks on the break of 305. See buyers step back into it. I really don't want to see 90s again. Really don't want to see 90s again. Just give it a second, but not too long. Ugh. Chat. Y'all seeing what I'm seeing? All right, there's 306 pushing. We get a push into 320 here. $306 again. 308. I hope this isn't one of those moves that like leaves a wick and then immediately. Yeah, we'll see. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna put in some limit. It's kind of like fading it. Let's see 308 get tested again. Oh goodness, boy. Chat. Let's put in some limit orders into like up to 320s. I really wish we could break out a little stronger here. This is kind of wicky. It's just kind of feels like it's still going to hold the range a little bit. I'm trying to break out, not really getting a strong move. Trying again. Let's see. Do you withdraw every time you make profit? No, but that would be a good idea. Maybe I should do that. I think that's how I should probably be using this live account, but no, I don't do that. I was really trying to build it, honestly. But sometimes I trade like such an idiot on this account. Yo, what's good, Mad? What's good, brother? The live account is your balance stuff you made, or did you start with 100K? Yeah, it's the profit you made from your funded account. It gets moved into a live account. That's right. Yo, do you trade gold? Yeah, man, I trade gold whenever I feel like there's a setup. I'll definitely trade gold a little bit, for sure. I'm trying to push your 310s here. Let's see it. Break away a little bit. Break away a little bit. You can do it. Break away a little bit. You can do it. And trying to walk this this partial out like a little bit, just kind of walking it up as I see it continue pushing higher. But in cases like, because sometimes you'll see NQ like flash and then leave a wick, and then if you didn't have a limit order, you just don't get a fill, which is like tragic. So that's kind of why I have the limit order. Usually I just partial. I don't usually have TPs, but like if it wants to flash some orders at 316 but not actually like trade there, then I want to try to be exiting it for sure. But I am kind of trying to walk it up as I see it continues higher. Ideally, we push into 320s. I could partial out a half and leave the other half for overnight. That's really what I would like. I know this effing thing can run 40 points right here if it wanted to, is the funny part. I know it could. I know it could. Sneaky little NQ. This thing, if it wanted to, could break 40 points right here. I mean, it could break all the way to the all-time highs right here if it really wanted to. And it's a great setup for it. The algo just trigger like an all-time high run when everybody's expecting like a very flat CPI night. It's almost a perfect setup to do it. There it goes, kind of. I'm just gonna tighten the stop. I don't want to go break even. I mean, we haven't moved but 10 points off the entry, but we are heading the right direction. I don't want to over manage this trade. I really don't. We're just gonna kind of sulk in it. Them longs played out. I mean, they're trying to play out. I think this thing can go a heck of a lot higher. But if we get some nice extension in this session, yeah, you know, I'll partial out. Hopefully we get a push into 320s. I'll partial out. It might take a while, partial out, and then leave the rest to maybe all-time highs. That would be ideal. That would be ideal. Do you let people copy? I don't advise you guys copy my trades, but I'm sure some people do. $3.15. Let's push it. Push it, push it, push it, push it, push it, push it. Somebody says we're definitely not breaking that resistance anytime soon on NQ. I bet you it breaks tomorrow. Heck, maybe. Nah, probably not tonight, but tomorrow I do think it will break. Well, it's a little bit of a melt up right now. Let's go. Take my bow. Going for 40. Low key, it could. I mean, there's really nothing holding it back. There's really nothing holding it back. Could go to it could go 40 points right here. And we broke it out, and we're seeing some nice follow through so far. I don't want to jinx it, but this looks pretty nice. It's kind of melting up. Melting, melting, melting. Are you profitable? No. Every trader too cocky, brother. I'm not cocky, bro. I'm really not cocky. I promise you. I'm probably the most down to earth trader. I'm really not cocky. Just in a good mood. I made a good trade in a good mood. Not being cocky. I'm probably the least cocky trader ever. Boy, oh boy. I mean, it's tempting for me to drag this limit order into the market at 318, but I'm not gonna. I will regret it though if we. No, this looks good. This is actually nice. This is picking up some volume. We're breaking out. I don't want to get too greedy. This looks really good. 320s breaks here. This is getting very, very nice. There's 320 on the bid. Can we get like a... Now, when we break one of these key levels, I'd like to see us move like 5-10 points. Like, very quick. It's a slow bleed up right now, which I don't mind. But dang it. You best believe I want out of some of the trade. I want to leave on some runners. For sure. But I do want out of some of this. What do we want at like mid-20s? I'm happy to take some partials out mid-20s. It's extending through 21. Let's do like 22. Let's get out some 22. Can we get 22? Kind of a... Watching this. Still looks solid. I'm just gonna hold it. I'm just gonna hold it. I told myself I wouldn't get over manage it. I'm not gonna over manage it.
Order filled.
Well, if we get a nice push through 320s, we're gonna partial out, and I think I really would like to leave some runners on. Maybe I'll partial out with a bit bigger size, maybe like 7. Can we partial out at like 7, and then leave 3 on? I'd be happy to do that. Or maybe let's do this. This is something I don't do enough. Let's do something like this, and we're gonna make the adjustment to go break even at some point here. Do something like this, like 5, like a bulk order to get out at 26. Then we'll put in a couple like 30, low 30s, like a tier, kind of a tier. So if we take those out, let's go break even at this point. So that'll take us out of 7, and then we'll leave like 3 on. Something like that would be good, I think. I like 3-3-1. I kind of like that too. You see, I put one there. I kind of like that too for some reason. Exactly. You don't always gotta have an answer to things like that for some reason. Well, let's see what I mean. Is there a level in the hourly? I mean, it's kind of within these wicks, so it does make sense. We have seen sellers off of the 30s, so yeah, that. I really think we can get it pushed through it, but yeah. Okay, all we need right here is not a crazy sell-off. Hold through the pullback. And look for higher. Let's see. Let's see if we get nailed here. Man, what are y'all's plans tonight, man? Tomorrow's Friday, going into the weekend. I think I'm gonna put on a scary movie or something. Are you a police officer? No. Why? Because the mustache? I grew this amazing mustache because I couldn't grow a beard. I can't grow a beard. I cannot grow a beard. I grow out like really, like I just don't have the inserts. Like it's patchy here, it's patchy here. I get it dense on the cheeks, but it doesn't come low enough, and then it doesn't fill in right here. But I can grow a heck of a mustache if I do say so myself. You get your profits voided. I actually didn't take a trade during that outage, so I wasn't affected either way. Are you a full-time trader? Yes, I'm a full-time trader. What's your thoughts on taking a smaller 2K payout? I'm a fan of taking any payout you can, man. I only ever suggest, and I don't like to get in people's business about it because you should just take a payout based on whatever your financial situation is. But I do think it's typically a good rule not to take such a big payout to where you're going to leave yourself with less drawdown than you started with, if that makes sense. Like if you're starting a fresh 150k XFA, for example, you have $4,500 of drawdown. So if you're going to go take a payout of whatever amount, and then that's going to leave your balance at like 2k, then you have less drawdown than you started with, which, you know, you got paid, you know, good job getting paid, but it's now that much harder to keep that XFA alive than it was before you took that payout. But at the same time, you did take a payout, so that's my only real outlook on it. UFC is on tonight. I know the Thursday night football game's on. Carson Wentz probably gonna light him up. Isn't it true your max loss goes to 0? No, your max loss goes to whatever profit is left in the account outside of your payout. So like if you take an XFA and you run up, you know, $10,000 in profits, and then you take an 8K payout, then your drawdown becomes whatever profit is left. It becomes 2K. I will buyers need to step back in here at like right under 320. It's gonna ruin my night if I get faded here off at 320. I'm trusting the buyers are gonna take this dip higher. Otherwise, I would just take out the trade. I'm trusting the buyers are going to be able to take this dip higher. Let's see. We'll see if I'm wrong or not, though. I'm willing to take the risk of not closing it out right now in pretty good profit because I believe the buyers can take it through 20s. But we'll see. I've always been a trader, Sarab. I've always been a trader. What will happen if most traders copy your trades? This is not a copy trading stream. How much buffer do you need to have when you first get a 100k funded before taking a payout? I think you have to make your drawdown and buffer, so I think you need to make 3k on a 100k. I think it's 3k you have to make. How long do you plan to trade for? That's a good question. That's a good question. As long as my brain can operate at a high enough level, I suppose. Come on, buyers. I'm trusting you. I'm trusting you're going to take this higher. Hey David, appreciate the follow-up. Man, this is not the most urgent reversal, I'm not gonna lie. This is looking a little sketch. But I took that risk. Damn. Retracement for more upside. Yeah, I want to say that too, man. But I really don't like this kind of candlestick setup where you have what was a nice strong buying move, and then it's just like wicks just continue going lower, and then it's like very slow and it creeps up on you, and buyers are just not stepping in, and then it'll flush. It'll flush sometimes. That's what I'm worried about. And this is usually how it sets up. It sets up like this, kind of like strong buying, and then buyers out of nowhere are nowhere to be found. It sets up exactly like this, and that's what's happening. Yeah. It's like an impulsive buying move, and then we cap out, and then a slow retracement starts to happen. But it's like at some point there has to be buyers have to step back in and start making a move, and this is just ugh. I see this all the time. That's why I was skeptical about. I feel like I explained it as it was happening. Oh yeah. I took the risk in trusting buyers would step in there. Yeah, this is a dud. This is a dud. Chalk it up. Get out now before it's too late. Yeah, I think we'll probably try to lock in something. See if it'll pivot off at 306, but that's not looking fun. Not looking fun. Yeah, just, you know, we'll still make money on the trade. It's just wanted to see some more follow through, but we'll see. I have my stop at that pivot 306. It held initially, so we'll see. Not looking fun though, is it? Yeah. Call it a night, chat. Call it a night. A little too optimistic on that trade. Should have TP'd at like 320s. Oh well, it happens. It's just one trade. Yeah. It's all good. We'll go live tomorrow morning. But yeah, this trade's just not. Yeah, that's just unfortunate. Just giving too much back. Broke out of the range and just no follow through on it. Happens. Yeah, man. Let's go live tomorrow morning. I've got nothing else going on. We'll go live tomorrow morning for New York, 8:30 Central. These be the trades. And yeah, and I know it's slow markets, and not to expect too much, but that looked good until that, man. It's actually picking up volume too. Kind of be careful on that. Yeah, it's picking up volume too. I really hate those setups, man. It's like it's strong impulsive, but like momentum, right? Which is awesome. And then like kind of a weak retracement, and then it's like third candle in a row weak retracement, and you're still not seeing buying activity. And then all of a sudden sellers just snap it. I see that one so often. And I feel like I had to read on that, but I knew it was gonna happen. But for me, it's like, okay, we're break even, you know, it is what it is. I mean, there's no point in me trying to do too much there. But yeah, let's just go live tomorrow morning. This is pretty, oh, this crappy price action. We'll go live tomorrow morning, look for an all-time high trade depending on how we set up tomorrow, but that'll be fun. We'll walk away 180 on the day. We were up like 400 or 500, just didn't TP out. Was optimistic about continuation. Yucky reversal. All right, y'all. I will see y'all